Hey y'all, it's your girl Marvelous One here. I know it's been a minute since I have made a video, but um, it's just so much that's been going on, y'all, but just in the world, and it's just had me like tired. Anybody else tired of the stuff that's going on? But this video today is going to be about what is really going on. So you guys stay tuned. When we get back into this video, I'm going to talk about, in my opinion, what's really going on. It's your girl Marvelous One. Be right back with you. All right, guys. So first, I want to say thank you to my subscribers. Thank you to those who comment, share, and like my videos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you so much. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into it. So I have not made any videos in a couple of weeks because there's just been so much going on, probably a few weeks now, maybe 3 weeks, maybe about a month. I have been trying to make a video once a week, covering what's going on currently in the world and relating it to us coming into the knowledge of knowing who we are and whose we are as it comes to spirituality and our relationships with Yah. I didn't want to really do any videos or anything to talk about the Uvalde mass shooting because there's been so much coverage about that. And even to this day, I know when I read coverage that is still continuing to this day or watch videos regarding this Uvalde coverage, it still just makes me emotional because as children, I have a soft spot for children and the elderly. I'm sure I'm not the only one. But when it comes to those, it just really does something to me. And I'm technically not really an emotional type person, but those things just really affect me emotionally. So I didn't want to talk about it in the sense of, what the police did to mess it up and who's at fault. Is it mental illness? Is it lax gun laws and all that kind of stuff? And yes, it includes all of those things, in my opinion. Again, let me just state that everything I discuss here is my opinion only, not attributing it to anyone. These are my thoughts. I think for myself. So what I decided is, I said, because even after the Uvalde incident, there have still been mass shootings going on. PolitiFact defines a mass shooting on its website, which comes from the Gun Violence Archive, says that a mass shooting is incidents in which 4 or more people were shot in a single event at the same general time and location, not including the shooter. Did you know that since Uvalde, there have been 20, maybe 21 more mass shootings? Yes, 21. Bet you didn't know about that. And it might be more than that as of the time that I am making this video. Might be more than that. PolitiFact states, since the tragedy in Uvalde, there have been other incidents of gun violence across the country in which a gunman shot multiple people. Among those incidents, 4 people were killed in a Tulsa, Oklahoma medical center on June 1st. 1 person was killed and 7 were injured at an Oklahoma Memorial Day festival on May 29th. 3 people were killed and at least 11 people were injured in a popular area in Philadelphia on June 4th. And those are just some of the incidents. The reason I say it's probably up, I know it's at least 21 as of the time I'm reporting, and may have been more. I was in the nail salon yesterday which was June 10th, 2022. And there was a mass shooting here in my state at a warehouse. I believe it's in Washington County. What can we do? What do we do? That's why it's just been so hard to even make a video, before the Uvalde. I don't even think a week had passed prior to that when it was the mass shooting in Buffalo, where several elderly Black people were killed. Then a week, if it was even a week later, we have Uvalde. And just since then, 2021, 22, how many? At least 21 that we know about, mass shootings. Then you have these politicians out there, with their righteous indignation, like Governor Abbott, who is so, thoughts and prayers and condolences to these families when he has relaxed the gun laws in the state of Texas in a major way, where an 18-year-old is able to buy 2 AR-15s. How, Sway? At 18, you can't even buy cigarettes. You can't buy tobacco products. At 18, you can't buy alcohol. But you can buy guns and AR type assault rifles. It's just frustrating. This is why it was just hard for me to even do a video, because, you think about it, and these politicians, and I'm not talking about just Republicans, because Democrats fall in it too. Democrats pointing the fingers at Republicans. It may be true that more Republicans are funded and sponsored by the NRA and gun lobbyists, because believe it, the NRA are not the only gun lobbying association. There's more than the NRA that are donating to these politicians for them to get up there and tell you that others want to take away your Second Amendment rights, which is not what they want to do. They want to regulate it. That's what the Second Amendment, it even says, a well-regulated militia. Regulations mean laws and rules to keep these kind of things from happening. Like, how hard is it to understand it? And the thing is, they know what it is, but they're more concerned with remaining in quote unquote power, more concerned with money, with profit, what they can make for their donors, which makes more for them. So they don't care about you, us as a people. That's what they care about, maintaining that seat in Congress or the Senate, legislators, representatives, whatever, for money. Not all of them. Not all of them. A majority. I would say if you got 100, I'm going to say 62. That's what they're in it for. 38, no. But 38 really care about their constituents. 38 really care about making a difference. And these are just my hypothetical numbers, not literally 38. But I'm saying it's more that care about money than those that actually care about the people. So I wanted to come on to talk about this from the sense of spiritually, if you're a believer in God, Yah, a higher power, we believe that everything happens for a reason, or that everything is God's will, right? So people will say, well, why would God allow these children, these innocent people at a supermarket, these innocent people in church, these innocent children in schools, these innocent people at these medical centers, innocent people at work? Why would he allow that to happen? And we're taught not to question God, right? Not to question God's will if he allows everything to happen. Why would God allow that to happen? Why would God allow that to happen? So, I want to question, not questioning his will, but asking a question, what are we to learn from this? I think it's okay for us to ask, what are we to learn from this? What are we to learn from innocent children being killed in school, a place where they should be able to go and feel safe? What are we to learn from innocent shoppers who are going to the market being killed? What are we to learn from people who are at a church service and they're killed in church, in places of worship? What are we to learn from that? Not, God, why did it happen to these people? Why my child? And Lord knows my heart goes out to these families. It just tears it up. My heart is torn for these families who have to suffer, who have to deal with burying their loved ones, young and old alike. I don't know what that's like to lose someone in such a tragic way. I pray to God I never have to know what that is like. But my heart goes out to you because I can only imagine. I can only imagine children, small caskets. And the company that did those caskets for the children in Uvalde, God bless you. But that's so sad to have to see a Superman casket. I'm tired, y'all. Am I the only one? I don't think so. See, as I was saying, we're not questioning his will or the will of the greater, higher power, but questioning, what do you want us to learn from this? What is the message? What is it you're trying to help me see through all of this? What is it I'm supposed to gain through this tragedy? I believe it's God's way, higher power, Yah, whatever source you look to for your strength, inner strength, power of the universe. It's the way of showing us, the Jew and the Gentile alike, just who really has our back. Just who really cares for us. Not as a Democrat, not as a Republican, not as an independent, not as a black person, not as a Hispanic person, not as an Asian person, not as a white person, but as people, as human beings, to show us who cares for us just at that minute level. Just as a person. And I don't know about you, but I'm seeing who does not care about you, about us as human beings. Again, putting aside, I'm a Jew, I'm a Gentile, I'm black, I'm Hispanic, I'm Asian, I'm white. Putting all that aside, at the end of the day, we are people. Those people in the supermarket were people, human beings. Those children at those schools were people, human beings. They don't care about us. They care about themselves. You know when they'll care? When it affects them personally. That's when they'll care. But they have so much protections. They got people going out and doing their grocery shopping for them. They have security around them. Their children are in private schools with sometimes security. So it doesn't affect them personally. They don't care until it affects them personally. It's like having a home. It's your home. You rent it out. The people that are renting it, they could care less about really maintaining the home sometimes. because it's not theirs. They're just borrowing it. Just like these politicians don't care. They're borrowing this seat and they're going to ride that train for as long as they can to get what they want out of it that furthers them and theirs. And when I'm talking about theirs, I'm not talking about their constituents, the ones who put them in office. I'm talking about their families, their children, their wives, their mothers, their brothers, their sisters. Sometimes they don't even care about them if they didn't vote for them. But it's all about personal gain. So this situation with these shootings and these gun regulations and their refusal to do anything, Republicans and Democrats alike. I say Democrats alike also because Democrats are out there talking about, well, Republicans don't want to do this, Republicans don't want to do that. But you're not even wielding the power that you have. If it's a political thing, if it's a party thing, Democrats aren't even wielding the power that they can use. Like the Republicans, out there, call them the Russians. Like the Republicans have no problem doing. They have no problem wielding their power. They have no problem flexing their muscles. And the Democrats just run off, tuck their tail between their legs, and kiss their palm. Kiss the Republicans' palm. Whatever you say. When Republicans are telling them, when we get power back, we're going to do this, 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 and that. What are the Democrats doing to try and stop that? The Republicans put Herschel Walker up against Raphael Warnock in Georgia. Herschel Walker. Please go back and check out some of Herschel Walker's videos and listen to the idiotic things that he says. Georgia, my people in Georgia, my loves, please get out there and vote. Do not let Herschel Walker win over Raphael Warnock, because he will get in there and be nothing but their puppet. He doesn't have a brain of his own. My opinion, allegedly. No, it is my opinion, but allegedly these. It's not allegedly my opinion. This is my opinion. He will just do what the puppet masters want them to do. Why do you think they're pushing for him so hard? This dude can hardly even put two cohesive words together. And this is who they're pushing? Come on, Georgia. Please don't let this happen. Please don't let this happen, Georgia. But I digress. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm totally going left. But this is why I'm saying they don't care about us. They don't care about you. They don't care about their constituents. It's all about power for them. It's not about really putting in effective laws that help the people. It's about them maintaining their seat. That's all it is. But I hope you're starting to see, because I've been starting to see and very clearly, even though I already had my ideas of who cared about the people and who cares about themselves. But I hope you're beginning to see that. This is why I stress vote at every level, not just the presidential elections. Every single level. Black people, get out there and vote for your governors, your senators, your state representatives that have your best interest at heart in mind. Another thing that's said is, I believe a lot of these people, when they first ran for these offices, they did have good intentions of really helping the people. I believe that. But then they got in there and they saw how them bucks was flowing and how all you got to do is say this and we'll give you that. And if they flipped it, they flipped the script, y'all. They flopped the flip on us. So look for those who, align with what you want, whether it's Democrat, whether it's Republican, whether it's independent. But it's just some people that just shouldn't be in office, and Herschel Walker is one of them. Come on, Georgia. Please. If no, whew, okay. I was talking about, yeah. This is why I believe that these things are happening today with these shootings and everything, to show us, hoping that this is what, because so many people care about their right to bear arms in a safe, responsible way. More people want regulated gun laws than don't. But those politicians who we voted into office, a lot of times I like to say y'all, but I vote also, who we vote into office, they just care about the money. How much is the NRA or these gun lobbies? How much are they giving to me to be on their side? How much versus how much the ones who don't want me to be on their side are giving to me? Because that's all it's about. Who's the highest bidder? We do need to get money out of these races, these election races, because it's not fair. It should be about the will of the people, not about who can give me the most money. That's what it's supposed to be about, the will of the people. So with that being said, I hope you people are seeing who is really on your side. And in my opinion, Abbott is not. Cruz is not. I've been thought he need to be out of there. Hello. McConnell is not. And you can't tell me these people don't really want some regulations, but they want money more until it affects them personally. And so how do we affect them? Hit them in their pockets. That's always the best way to get to people. Hit them in their pockets. And how do we hit them in their pockets? By not allowing them to take those seats anymore, not allowing them to be reelected, getting them voted out. Go make your money on the private sector. Go make your money on Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, whichever one of those outlets want to take you after you're no longer in office, Democrat, Republican, Independent alike. Because one of my favorite lines from David Banner, The God Book, right wing, left wing is still the same bird. That was all I got to say, y'all. I just hope these incidents, while truly sad, truly heartbreaking, truly just unimaginable, because here in the United States, we have the highest rated amount of mass shootings than any other country. The United States, y'all. The home of the free, the home of the brave. The melting pot. The bring me your whatever it says on the Statue of Liberty. That place. Because it's so easy for us to get our hands on guns. And I am a proponent of the Second Amendment. I am a gun owner. But I'm a legal and responsible gun owner. If you are responsible, go out there and legally obtain your right to bear arms to be able to protect yourself, your family, your home. No, don't take away people's right to bear arms. They have the right to be able to protect themselves, their family, their homes. We have that right. But we don't have the right to go into schools and shoot up children. We don't have the right to go into supermarkets and shoot up innocent customers. We don't have the right to go into our places of business and shoot up our coworkers. We don't have the right to go into churches and shoot up parishioners. We should have the right to be able to know who's purchasing these guns. Should be a database. Should be some red flag laws This person was seen at a mental institution or seen by a doctor for a mental issue a year ago. I don't even care how long. They should be in some database. No, 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 bruh. No, sis. You can't buy no gun. No, no. An 18-year-old should not be able to buy an AR, an assault rifle. No one should be able to buy an assault rifle. What do you need an assault rifle for? It's bad enough we have automatic and semi-automatic handguns. I got a semi myself, but that's neither here nor there. What do we need assault rifle? Isn't that what they use in the military? So let the military be the only institution that can issue assault rifles to people in the military. And then when their term or service, time of service, because they get a certain amount of years, or they can re-enlist if they want to, leave that assault rifle here with you. Here with us. Thank you for your service. It's just some things are unnecessary. This country is a country of excess. So yeah, why not want the big guns? You don't need it though. For what? You got your rifles and your shotguns for hunting. Why do we need assault rifles? Assault on who? Bambi's not out there with no bulletproof vest. Bugs Bunny's not out there with a bulletproof vest. I don't understand why. Why is this country allowed to purchase those type of weapons? But let me get off my soapbox. This is my platform, so I can be on my soapbox. But I'm just coming down for now. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say, y'all. That it's not about questioning God and why he allowed these things to happen. It's about asking a question, what are we to learn from these things happening? And I think these instances are just to open up our eyes, because there are so many people who are Second Amendment focused. There's more people Second Amendment focused than any other thing focused. And it opens their eyes. But, even with that, it doesn't matter what the people want. Because like I said, more people want gun regulations than don't. It's the politicians. We got to get the right ones in office, y'all. Vote. Every single level. Research those who line up with your ideals. I'm not even going to say morals, because they act like they're moral and then they get in there and those morals are somehow out the door. But who lines up with your ideals, at least on paper, because sometimes they flip the flop once they get into office. But, it is what it is. I love you all. Prayers going out for your safety, that you're covered in these perilous times. These times are getting perilous, but we know it's because our soon coming King is returning. Us as a people are getting returned to our rightful place. And so all of these things have to happen for God's will to be done in the end. So, you know who got your back? You know who doesn't have your back. It's right there in front of your face. If you stop voting against your own self-interest, because a lot of times that's what happens also. Oh, I'm going to vote for this person as long as these folks, just to keep these folks from being able to get what they consider ahead. So sad. But I love you all. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'm interested in hearing what you have to say about this issue. Do you believe that mental health plays a big part? Do you believe gun laws are fine the way they are? Do you believe gun laws should be changed? Do you believe that politicians really care about the people? Do you know who you are as Black people? Do you know whose you are as Black people? Do you know you're the true Jew? Black people. Support one another, uplift, encourage, love on one another. Black people. I am we, and we are power. And that's all I have for you today. Love you. Marvelous one. I'm done.